So now we're at a point within the program that I like to go ahead and take a look and see what material I have left. So what I like to do is just highlight the entire setup. You'll see I have the representation of my stock there. And I'm going to hit my simulation tab. Now this being our first time we're going to look at the simulation, we're going to get a lot of information. You'll see that the entire toolpath is shown up. And once again, we're in our typical top down left right kind of order of things. Now within the display, what I do like to do is I like to take the toolpath and turn it to tail. That way when I first run my toolpath, it only shows the toolpath just after the cutter. Now at the bottom of the screen, this is probably one of the more important parts of the verification, is you'll notice all these little red hash marks. What these red hash marks are collision notifications, and it's using that based off of the actual holder. Now our cutter's not big enough, so this is where I've already run into something that I need to troubleshoot, and that's the default tool that I've created for this 3/4 inch end mill is not long enough to perform what I need it to perform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my catalog, look up a new tool, and instead of coming into the toolpath and changing it, I'm going to actually come into the tool library and change everything all at once just by changing the cutter definition itself. Instead of the 1.5 inch, this is actually going to be a 2.5 inch cutter, 3 inches out of holder. I'm going to select OK, and you'll see that these toolpaths have now red X. I don't have to go in and change anything though. All I need to do is highlight those two toolpaths and hit generate, and they'll regen with the new tool lengths. Now I can go into simulate, and you'll notice no red hash marks at the bottom. That means that we're free and clear of gouges. So now that I've seen that I had a gouge, I've corrected an incident, I can go ahead and turn the stock material on and see just what material is being removed. Now by default, this new setup actually has you going into what is set up as the stock itself. I actually like changing this to the tool so that it changes from colors with each tool that I use. That way I have a little information on what tool I'm using visually and can see where material is a little bit better. The mode itself I'm going to leave to standard, and now I'm going to go ahead and rewind this toolpath, and this is simple VCR control with speed. Anything on the right side of the hash mark is forward, and it's important that you know anything on the left side of the hash mark is actually a reverse. It's going backwards. Keep that in mind as you move forward. I'm going to go ahead and keep it in the middle, hit rewind, have a full stock, push play. Maybe I want to go a little faster on this. Now I have adequate flute length and adequate material removal around that part.